Since YouTube doesn't like my myth and magic channel, and I don't have access to it, we'll just make another one. I've incorporated the best of my videos from that channel, and now something new which I'm going to edit. Are you ready? Let's rock. I made this the other day, and YouTube didn't like it, so I'll slightly edit it, and let's go. Superpowers. Things you see in the movies are real. There's some reality in everything. Way back from when The Simpsons predicted President Trump would be the president years before in a cartoon. Everyone wants nootropics. Everyone wants everything. I see all. You see things in a different perspective. This is how I see humanity. This is how I see you as the mass consciousness.
The collective.
How do you develop these abilities? You have to learn to listen. And then you have to train it. So I'll tell you my story. I was always a bit of a mutant freak. I just knew things sometimes. I don't believe in psychics or any of that nonsense. I just knew things. And I never knew what it was. I was a kid. And, well, if you've ever researched on YouTube Super Soldier program, things evolved. There's only a few future Super Soldier real articles out there. One of them was Max Spears. Max Spears disappeared, okay? NZT from the movie Limitless is real. From man to machine. Things like you see in the movies, like the movie Glass, okay? Or the movie Glass, where they said people had delusions of grandeur of superpowers. Well, what if people really did? I can read the mass consciousness of people. What if you could develop this skill over time? What if you can become stronger and stronger and stronger at it, like going to the gym? I am the only one that can tell you, and those of you that follow me in my Discord and my trading, I call exact numbers immediately before they happen, usually within an hour. Pumps, dumps, everything. Or minutes. How? It's a combination. I've trained myself like a Navy SEAL of the mind. And then I enhanced it with real Limitless, NZT. Things come to you, all right, that are supposed to come to you in your life. If you're sleeping and you miss them, you are lost. Bitcoin came to me. I don't know how, I don't know why. YouTube came to me. I don't know how, I don't know why. NZT, the real Limitless, came to me. I don't know how, I don't know why. And what happened? It transformed me into something that is no longer human. Almost machine-like. Like I can tell what everybody in my group needs and make a video on it, and they're blown away, like, how did you do that? Look at Ethereum now at $551 on the 2nd of February. But on the 1st of January, okay, when it was $833, I said, go long Ethereum. I see 1128, but no timeline. It started going up immediately. It exactly hit my number. The new future cast, well, here it is.
Oracle said enlightened wolves consult room at everyone. Today is January 4th, 10 a.m. NYC time. Ethereum will do this in your coming future. Today Ethereum is $1,037.30 future casted will to $1,875.63, but be warned, many time you will doubt this, and it's never a straight line. The numbers are meaningless to those on the 1 minute chart. We can 1,000 times richer than you can buy. HODL is waiting to die. You are human, every second is all you have. I only need to be 3 seconds shed, as 3 seconds can be an eternity, because time does not exist, it is made by humans, so I just do not obey. Yes, $1,875 Ethereum will come, and so will dollar. 92.23 emoji if you like.
892 already happened. We are on our way. The future cast is about to hit. How do I know these exact numbers when people are just even afraid to post? You want another example of listening to that little voice? Yesterday was earnings for Apple or Amazon. I had a choice not Apple, Google or Amazon. I had a choice to pick the two. One, this morning is an amazing winner. The other, not so much. Amazon in the after hours is now up $12. That little pop in the earnings, pre-market, we're actually down $12. I chose Google yesterday morning. That little voice told me, buy Google. I made $7,000 during the market, and in the pre-market, it exploded another $136 to new highs. When the market opens, I'm going to show massive profits. I was the only one who shorted Tesla on their earnings miss, okay? And you could see here, I was up 101% on that day, okay? Made $2,900. Now yesterday, I make a choice, okay? This is before the $146 gain, okay? I made yesterday $7,600. I opened that trade yesterday morning. I will probably close that trade today and probably make somewhere in the area of $15,000 or $20,000 in one day. Okay, 10% is the average return for a year in the stock market. Wait till you see my stock video this morning when the market opens. How did I know? That feeling that tells you that you don't listen to. You ignore it. And your conscious mind confuses it with your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is what you have to tap into. Oh, excuse me, I'm in the middle of a blowout trade here, 14%. Screenshot this, take the money. Let's get back to this. I can size up people in a fraction of a second. I've gotten to a point where I can walk through a crowded place where people are not paying attention, like if you're walking through, let's say, Times Square, and people would bump into you. I can focus on them with my mind and move them. Exact number predictions, you don't believe me? I'll show you. We're going to talk about Limitless and NZT. I don't want you buying any products, anything. There's no drugs that you can take. I have the real NZT. I have the last of the NZT on the planet. Okay? It's 2 kilos. But it changes you forever. It's not like the movie Limitless. So, I'm not even going to show you. I am not going to prove to you my abilities. Many of you have seen them. Every single exact number, every single exact call hits. And then I tell them I'm going to break 32,000. And I do. And every number, and then we go to the future cast room. It's mind-boggling. So if we look at this close, it says yesterday, right? We're at 34,000. All right, we don't need all this proof. Let's skip ahead. Being updated. I have to update it. My future cast. So let me take you into the mind. So I've gotten to the point where I know things. And then I found NZT. And there was a time. You remember. There was a time. All right, I have to skip the part about how I was trained to do this. Okay? Now, I already naturally had this. The NZT took it to another level. Plus, I pay about, I think it's a little over $11,000 every 2 months to go to a special doctor, a super soldier doctor, who gives me all the regular stuff that the normal human being would take, testosterone, growth hormone, everything else. But there's something called the right to try law. And, well, he's into Limitless. He doesn't know exactly what it is. He doesn't have it, but he has things that are close. These things enhance my abilities, okay? It's just an enhancement. I've already become machine. Now, it's not a time in my life I was proud of. But what everything happens for a reason is what you don't get, okay? I got to the point where I was making like now I could talk to somebody, and then I could start to just, I don't even need to ask you a question. I will know everything. It was their relationship. At first, it was like the people would call about the same shit. There are some parts I have to cut out of this because YouTube won't like it. I need you to look up Super Soldier Program, okay? So then, my journey begins. I get into crypto. I find Bitcoin. I get instantly rich. Math becomes useful. And so, I get more and more into this matrix. And I start, well, I found NZT. The real NZT. It's not Modafinol. It's not none of that stuff. And now when I combine all of this together, I can sense everyone. My videos, when I talk to people about a platform or whatever, always everything I go into explodes. Why? Because I know what each and every one of you needs to understand. I have become something that is beyond human. I will tell you now about the NZT experience. This is not a drug. This does not get you high. This enhances your capabilities, okay? To a level exactly like in the movie. The best, most powerful part of you that you can be. Machine. I can out-trade any bot. I can make 6 figures a day, okay? It doesn't matter. I can trade in any direction. I can just rip trades like a machine. People wonder how I... It's not even just the trading. It's everything. You see, ideas come to you as complete thoughts. Like anti-liquidation countermeasures, war on the 1-minute chart, everything I do. But I did, for a period of time, to give you all a message. To give you all a message. See that 35,000? Look for the 35,000s, everyone. Open your mind. Look. Today is the day where I begin to tally up the votes to give away $35,000 in Bitcoin. Listen to this and notice the screenshots. Thousands. The first time I did it, well, it says it was 2 months ago. Now I'll tell you about NZT. Now, look at the price of Bitcoin. Look at the price of Bitcoin. You think that was a coincidence? No. Because if you click the link below, all right, I have this link tree thing. This thing that some of you say you can't find my channels, they hear. But I have a $35,000 competition. All right, Oracle, no infomercials here. Let's just rock, all right? Away $35,000. We know this, it's over. People are being picked now. Think in your fucking heads. That's 1 Bitcoin. I intentionally did this. Every form of magic is intention. I've studied Santeria. I've studied voodoo. I'm Catholic. I believe in God. But I have become a machine. I have no more relation to any of you as human beings. I have become a mutant. Something that is like AI. NZT in the movie is real. I invented war on the 1-minute chart. And ideas come from one place. Money comes from one place. It comes from ideas. Ideas. Yes. Everything around you that was ever anything great came from someone's idea. So, in addition to the NZT, I probably spend between $5,000 and $10,000 a month on the latest in medical science. The latest technology. You know, there's something called the right to try law. I don't do drugs. But there's something called the right to try. I don't advocate any kind of drugs. Everything I do is compounded and prescribed by a very special doctor The same doctor that in whose office I met P. Diddy, Rihanna, Lenny Kravitz. This is why people in movies and things like that, like Madonna, do not age. Only enhance me further and take my abilities further. When I talk to you on the phone for a consultation, I tell you I am going to answer 99.9% of the questions that are in your head before you even ask me. Okay? I can read all of you at once, the mass collective. I don't need NZT anymore. It's permanently morphed me into something else. It's opened my eyes. I can see where I was once blind. It is true. Buying a fucking island now. Okay, I'm looking at islands. Self-sustaining fucking islands. I'm gonna be the fucking king of my island. Have Somali pirates fucking be my coast guard. So here's how you begin to do it. If you've ever, you don't have no idea how to control your unconscious mind. Wait, Oracle, I gotta check my trade, bro. Let's do some Q&A real quick.
CPT_Walt said, how long have you had these powers? When did you first discover?
I would say I was like 8 years old. I would see it started simple things. I would see a pattern, a design in my head. Be riding in the car with my mom, turn to my right at a light, and there's a dump truck, and on the door is that pattern. Exactly what I saw in my head before I seen it.
Damien C. said, how do you find time for everything you juggle?
I find very little use for sleep. Work is my passion. This is what I love to do over anything else. Over anything. You want to get rich? Find something you love. Make it your passion. Forget about money. And then, and then the money comes.
Barong said, can anybody do magic? Or are you born with it?
It's a little bit of both, but you can enhance it to your maximum level.
Sparkle said, how can we become so intuitive/psychic like you?
Well, you can watch my other videos. I talk about listening to the little voice in your head and using the unconscious mind.
Crypto Sapien said, do you practice witchcraft or Santeria, and if so, does that play a part in helping you see the future?
Not at all. I did practice Santeria for a while to understand it. And I went really deep into the art of it and every form of magic. All those rituals, everything, just come down to intention. No, I don't need a mentor. Okay, and then we did a Zoom call. Let's rock. Here we go. YouTubers struggle for content. I have 12 channels. I can't stop making content. Okay? Your brain never stops. Now, this can be a great thing, or it can be a curse. I know the exact future price of Ethereum, and I'm mailing it out to people on this list. Doesn't make you feel high or anything like that, no. That's Dr. X. But I did notice a side effect. There's a side effect. Now I'm talking about NZT. Okay, the side effect is that you become chatty. You want to talk to people. I figured out what it is. Your brain is constantly extracting information. It is looking to absorb people, information, knowledge like the Borg. I get pumped full of all kinds of exotic shit. State-of-the-art stuff, okay? And I pay a lot of money to do it. And trust me, it ain't just vitamins, like you would go get an IV. This is the real deal. It only makes me even more the machine. But NZT is the machine. Now, when I first started taking, you're not supposed to take it more than like 3 times a week. In the beginning, I would take it, a couple weeks on, a couple weeks. Don't guess what it is in the comments. I don't care what your guesses are. You are completely wrong. You can't get NZT. Under any name, it's not available. They'll try to sell it to you for marketing, you can't get it. So off, and then I wouldn't take it for a long time. And then a bunch of stupid kids found it, okay? Fucking OD'd on it. This is a hint for you, okay? It's not mushrooms, it's not a drug, all right? And so it got banned. It's from Russia. You have to take it in a very specific way, okay? And it changes you. It changes everything, the molecular structure of what you are. It affects the neurotransmitters of the brain. It constantly rebuilds them. As well you age, your neurotransmitters die off. Okay, the telosomes die off. Mine get replaced and replenished with new neurotransmitters. I have literally, and you can laugh and do whatever the fuck you want, but I am king of my world. I have developed superpowers. I truly believe this. You can develop your superpowers, okay? First of all, I'm going to talk to you about time. Time, it's almost like in the movie. I want to try to play a clip of the trailer for you that haven't seen it. With me till the end, will be rewarded with wisdom. Those of you that leave because it's a long video, too bad, leave. You're not ready for this world, okay? Every form of magic is intention. The intention to do something. You've all seen me say I'm going to break a number. A big number, far away. Usually within minutes in the DTU. Sometimes hours. My numbers always hit. Something to someone. Is voodoo, is Santeria, is all of that. It's not what they're actually doing. It is the intention of what they intend the outcome to be. Okay? When I am trading, I have intention. I focus my intention. We all live in our own matrix. You are part of mine. Okay? There is a place where time does not exist. I always say, and they say it in the movie Limitless, I only need to be 3 seconds ahead. Why 3 seconds? 3 seconds is an eternity. As time does not exist. Time was created by man. So it appears to you that I have the ability to time travel. I know the location of what they call the black line. I've been there. To you, if you're on the ocean, it only looks like a horizon. I may cover it in this video. Let's see. Like he says in the movie, I'm gonna play the clip. I don't care if it gets blocked. Okay? I only need to be 3 seconds ahead. Always. Now, why does that not matter? Wow, Oracle, great minds think alike. Oracle versus Omax. I am the corporation. Oracle is the human incarnate of our machine. Because time is made by man. 3 seconds can be an eternity until my numbers hit. That's why I always say no timeline. Because I don't use time. I have to remember to tell you to unlock your... I'll tell you now, all right? You have to start. The simplest example I can give you is that if you have ever tried to remember the name of a book or a movie or anything in your life and you couldn't remember it, and then you're not thinking about it, and it pops into your head a few hours later, a few days later, what do you think that is? You think I don't know the future now for Bitcoin? You think I really don't? It's 5:25 p.m., okay? I made this video a few days ago and it was banned, okay, by YouTube. Bitcoin is going to pump. And it did that day. Let's go fast. And it controls everything. It is the key to the matrix is your unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind had searched for the answer. Okay, what this is when you try to remember the name of a book or a movie or something, anything, you can't remember it, that's your conscious mind searching. And then a few hours or a few days later or the next day, it pops into your head out of nowhere. That is your human computer. That is your unconscious mind. You asked it a question, you left it alone, and then it found you the answer. If you learn to utilize that one power, you can become unstoppable. To to your question. That's the 90% of your brain that you don't use. I use it. I know how to use it. I know how to manipulate it. Question. Well, you didn't even think about it. You do not interfere with this process. If you have a question in your life or whatever it is, or you need to know something, you ask yourself and then you let it go until the answer comes to you. If you think about it with your conscious mind, you defeat your superpower. You cannot engage your conscious mind. You have to let the unconscious, the 90% of your brain that you do not use, take control. I can give you a little bit of a hint, but I'm not going to tell you ever what it is. I don't want this getting into the hands of people, and you cannot get it anymore. The version I have is weaponized. I will just tell you the version I have is weaponized. It was developed in Russia. It was developed for the super soldier program. It was enhanced, okay? And it permanently changes you. It's been to outer space already. They don't want you to have it. There's truth in every movie, okay? Many parts of Limitless, except for the side effects, were real, okay? Look at Skynet, look at Terminator, look at AI. It's all telling you the future. Look at The Simpsons when they told you years ago Donald Trump would be president. You just want to know everything all the time. And you know everything all the time. The line, you don't know about the line. All the time. Hold on. To this, to you, to the naked human eye, the line, you can't see it. The line separates the matrix from your reality. The matrix is under the ocean, okay? There is so much under the ocean that we have not discovered. We know more about the moon than the deep sea. But there's the line, the black line. The line where there is no time, there is no dimension. When you enter this black line, there is no one else there, not a soul. Does that mean it's your own matrix? Or does that mean I'm the only one that's actually discovered a way to enter this? Time. And you know everything all the time. The line, you don't know about the line. I took this with my phone and I tried to zoom in the other day. Okay. The black line. The black line is the place where time does not exist. The black line is the realm between what you perceive as reality and the matrix. You really need to focus on this. You see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? That opening? Right there? The black line. That's the black line. The black line is the place where time doesn't matter. I've never seen anyone else in That's the line where this place. Now, that's the future. It could be because it's my own matrix. That's where But you are witnessing the black line for the first time. The black line is the place. That's the place. That's the place where you... To the simple, it's where the sea meets the horizon. To the advanced, this is the opening. It's all how you perceive things. You see the world differently. Now, all of this stuff is not NZT. Modafinol is not NZT. None of this is real. This is fake. Everything you see here, they are trying to sell you something. These are ads, okay? This is not real. It affects the GABA receptors of your brain, specifically the GABA B receptors. This is not NZT. If you search... So if I'm affecting my GABA B receptors, and I'm using my unconscious mind, the 90% that you don't know how to use, the 90% that told me yesterday to choose Google over Amazon to make the biggest win. And you combine that with replacing your neurotransmitters and the latest in science, you have machine. Limitless, you won't find it. Let's all focus on the little voice. The little voice that you always hear, that you ignore, that tells you don't touch this, or don't go there, or don't turn down that street. And sometimes nothing happens, and sometimes something. It's all about perception. But untapping your unconscious. None of this is about positive thinking. That's all bullshit. Law of attraction, abundance, no. The Matrix wants you to make things happen. Just mind and asking your questions is the key to fucking magic. Intention is a different story. You can really, really do some damage to someone with intention. From around the world. Just the thought. The focus. I actually did it. Watch my other videos, I've done it several times to people. I put 65 pounds on somebody, it took me 2 years. But hey, whatever. Just focus, right? This is how I control the chart. This is what I do. You must learn to control your focus. Do you know, if you listen to my videos or any stuff while you're sleeping, okay, I always sleep with my phone, and I'm always listening and absorbing, because the unconscious is being filled with knowledge, with you doing nothing. And then when you ask it for the answer to that question, it will bring you the answers. Tap the unconscious. It has to be a singular, simple question, and you can, every time you consciously think about it, you reset the clock. Let your unconscious bring you the answer when it's ready. And if it's meant to be, it will bring you the answer in complete thought form. You have to learn to listen to that little voice. No matter what, if it tells you to make a turn here, you turn. If it tells you to cross the street, you cross the street. Begin to be in touch instead of asleep. Everything else I've done is just training. I've trained myself. And then I've enhanced it with money and with NZT. I rarely take NZT. You can tell the difference in my trades. When I do take NZT, I'll do 30 or 40 trades in a day and win every single trade. I just know exactly how to enter, how to exit. I created War on the 1 Minute Chart. My entire purpose now is different. I am no longer human. My purpose now is to teach you how to harness your superpowers. Under this video, if you've witnessed this, I want you to type it in the comments. If you've witnessed my exact calls, if you've talked to me and witnessed my ability to know exactly what you need, if there's been times where I've come out with a video and it's exactly what you needed, what do you think? That was coincidence? No. I need you to post all this under the comments under this video. Our first step is asking your unconscious for the answers to what you need. One question at a time, you focus until the answer comes. If you think about it, you interfere with the process. So I am no longer human. I am something that, well, I can feel all of you. I can sense all of you. I can tell who's good, who's bad. I can tell who I shouldn't be involved with. I can pick platforms with my, what you call gut instinct. I just know. I know with knowing. Guys, this is from the movie. Check this out.
Of our brain, this lets you access all of it. They've had clinical trials and it's FDA approved.
All right, just out of curiosity, and that's all.
Whose life does this look like? The Lambos, the models, the cars, the unstoppable nature of the Oracle.
I was blind, but now I see. A tablet a day, and I was limitless.
I now had cultural appetite.
I can walk through crowds of people and literally move them out of the way with my mind. I am now taking it to the next level where I am trying to connect to electronics. Sounds crazy, huh? Here's how I do it, okay? Again, everything is intention. I try to eliminate any variables. So I do it in my house, which is rather large. You know when you walk out of range on your Bluetooth from your phone? Well, I focus on that wavelength. I focus on it. And I slowly walk further and further and further. And each day, okay, whereas I used to lose reception, I am literally measuring this on the floor in a controlled environment. I am going further and further. The next step for this will be to attempt this outside. This is how you push the boundaries of humanity. This is how man becomes machine.
Since when do you speak Italian?
I finished my book in 4 days.
I'd like to renegotiate my advance.
Math became useful.
War on the 1 minute chart, war on Wall Street, my options trading, everything I do.
From 12,000 to 2.3 million in 10 days.
I'm baffled by this guy. So, Eddie Mora, you do know you're a freak. What your powers are a gift from God or whoever the hell wrote your life script. I'll open up a line of credit for you. You'll be wanting a few toys.
How many of us ever know what it is to become the perfect version of ourselves?
To be able to buy Lamborghinis and Paganis and be totally legit and pay your taxes and just live the best version of yourself, even without Limitless. You can begin by what I taught you here.
What's the asking price?
12.5.
I'll take it.
I'll take it.
Everything I have, I want to share with you.
Superpowers.
What you doing, hon?
In time, I have no memory of the last 4 days.
I'm living in that 21st century.
Who does this sound like?
Your powers are not earned. You're careless with those powers. Have you asked yourself what you're going to do when you run out? You'll die.
Nothing happens if you run out. Nothing. They don't want you to know the truth. They want you all to be mere mortals.
To have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours.
There's no scenario in which you'd lead this life where you don't work for me.
Here's
No
the part.
scenario.
You ready? Here's the part. Listen closely.
I see every scenario. I see 50 scenarios. That's what it does, Carl. It puts me 50 moves ahead of you.
That's what it
Worth the
does.
risk? What would you do?
Fuck yeah, I am limitless. I am machine. Talk to me in the comments. Ask me your questions. Tell me if you want more. There's so much beyond the realm.